I missed it. I thought I had the video camera on and it was all black and blue, and I watched it turn red, and I was talking into the video camera, and now it's already hot. God damn it. So what we're looking at here was using the infrared gun at the condenser as it turned from cold to hot, and you can literally see the passage of the hot. So here you could see one circuit. You see where it's white, and you see that fine defined line right there, and it's not white on the other side, because that's where it stops and it makes a pass. Then it comes down. That almost looks like there's some pluggage going on in there. And then it makes a pass, and then it goes down. Let me see if I can find exactly where that goes. Can you see the, you can see there. Boom. And this is where it comes in at. And do you see that little metal piece right there? That's blocked inside. So right there, this is one single pass. The refrigerant goes over this direction, and then the refrigerant comes over and it drops down. And then you see another metal block right there. Now the refrigerant takes these fewer tubes because it has condensed a little bit, so it doesn't need so many tubes going across. So now it condenses down and it's making another pass, and the refrigerant goes over here. Then it drops down, and then you can see another blockage right here. So now it'll be in even fewer tubes, and this gas that passed up here, it will pass in this direction, coming over here, and it'll drop all the way down to these bottom, let's see where the blockage is right there, where they have that plug in there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the bottom 4 tubes is the subcooling. So at this point, it's almost all liquid under ideal conditions. So if you see where this block, this little metal piece is here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tubes, because the 4 is subcooling down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these bottom 4, it goes in this direction, and it comes out, and then it goes out the liquid line. And you can see that. I wish I would have caught it when I turned on the vehicle, and I thought I was tape recording, and I was talking into a camera that was not turned on. But you can see that right there, and you can see that very bottom passage, really cool at the bottom. So let me get a little closer here. Now it has to, I threw off the calibration, but you can see how hot it is as it enters. That is the hot gas entering right through, and you see it's about 145 degrees, somewhere right around in there. Then as soon as it gets in here, it starts cooling off really fast. Look at 114 degrees right there. Now let's go all the way over to the end. 104, 102, 104 from 14, so it dropped 10 degrees from here to here. Then it comes down to here, and it passes right there, and we're about 100 degrees right there. Oh, you see that when you hear it click on? Did you see the temperature change really fast? Now let's watch the compressor shut off, and you'll watch the temperature of the gas go down as the air keeps passing over the cooling fins, because the fan will turn off, but it's still rotating, so it's pulling in some cool air. You'll see a change. So we're waiting for it to kick off, and we'll see a visible change in the temperature with our eyes. You see the temperature change? You see that? Now listen for the compressor to come on. You see that? And here it comes. And that's what you see. You see the flow. So now it's coming. We're getting to the other side. We're at this pass, and right about there, it is about 102 to 90 degrees. And then it's gonna pass right down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 rows are the pass going in this direction, going over here. And then you see this, the bottom rows are the coldest. If we come all the way to the exit, so right there, the bottom 4 rows, that's the exit. If I could get I wish this one had a laser on it. That's the one thing, you know, this was a good price. It has a lot of benefits, but I really wish it had a laser. But it has a good aiming thing on it, and as you can see, it's picking up that 103 max up into strain. See right up there? That's 103. But when I come down, you see the little green square in the center? So that is our max. Our max is 105, our minimum. 82 or so, right there. But the way we can prove that is, see where I have this clamp on the liquid line coming out of here, other than it goes through a receiver? We can look at temperature of our liquid coming out, 100 degrees. So our liquid line is 100 degrees coming out right there. Our air temperature out here, it's 73 degrees in our shop, and that is the temperature I'm taking right at the fan inlet. Actually, I don't have it. I have it on, don't want it on recycle, I want it fresh air. Let's get our fan off the fresh. There we go. Now we're getting fresh air. Now we just opened up. So 44 degrees coming out of the duct, and I just opened up the fresh air. And you can see the temperature of the air there is 84 degrees. And we went up a few degrees. And I forgot to record this, did I? Yeah, that was the last time. Let me go back. That was for my last car. Making videos and messing up and in a hurry. So we'll record here. And all these recordings go onto your customer's invoice, on their sales receipt. Your customer gets everything live on the car, in operation, not something the technician just writes down and he says what the pressure readings or temperature readings, actual true on the car readings. And as we can see, we're 32 PSI, we're 90 PSI on the high side. There's 90 PSI, there's 32 PSI. We're coming out 50 something, it's 90 degrees, 91 degrees right now. So it's not 91 degrees in the shop. It's 91 degrees right here, sucking in. This is pulling in. That's the intake. You can see the filter, and you can see the tip of my sensor right there, 91 degrees. Because we have the heat of the condenser heating up air. Then this radiator is getting hotter. We have the heat of the water, the air passing the radiator, picking up some more heat. Then that high pressure, high velocity flows right onto the exhaust manifold. Oh, nope, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. We got an exhaust manifold back here. So we have the raising air, and this is hot. We have the raising air of the exhaust manifold, and it's being pulled in right here. The exhaust manifold heat is being pulled in right here, and it's mixing with this cold air that is being pulled over here. It's averaging out, it's swirling, combining together, and then all the way down there where my tip is, we're getting an average temperature of this 100+ degree air. That's about 115, 120 degrees being sucked in right here from all this air and the fan, and the cool air gives us an average, and we're reading the average. And the average is 96 degrees. So that evaporator is getting 96 degree air, and it's putting out 53 degrees. So do you want to see what the ambient air is? Let's take this out. Now we're gonna go right here in the front. Let's see if I could do this without falling. Now it's gonna take the ambient air that's going over the condenser, and we'll be able to read what the ambient air is. And why do I have 91 degrees? It's not 91 degrees today. There it goes, it's going down. Is it that hot in here? It's a wood roof, tar and paper, but I know it's not that damn hot. At least I didn't think it is. Let me see, we're in Burlingame. What is our Burlingame weather? Give me weather. Weather? Let's see what the ambient temperature, yes, allow while using amp. Unavailable, oh you dog. It's not hooked up to my phone, because it's hooked up to this. All right, so that will not get us that. And let's change this temperature. And you see the low side pressure right there, oh, temperature, 54 degrees, because we're taking in that 90-some degree air. I'm gonna hit the recycle, and I'm gonna shut that off right there. This is gonna close. So this is gonna close, and we're gonna use recycle there. So I'm gonna take this temperature probe, and it takes in air from under here for recycle. Oh, let me get in here. It takes in air for the recycle inside here. So what I'm gonna do is this. So right up here is the recycle vent. So when I hit recycle, there we go. So now it's gonna suck in air from here, and let me shut this. And we'll suck into air over the top of the box. And if you look in here, it's closed. So we're no longer taking in 98-degree air. We're taking in the cabin temperature, the mixed air. So say we have 41 degrees coming up here, 41, right? But say the cabin might have been 75 degrees, 75. So we mix these two because they're swirling with the air, and some of it is going under the vehicle, up under the glove box, and it's coming into the evaporator where my temperature sensor is located there. So we're gonna get a mixture of the evaporator duct temperature right there. Did you see that, the red line? So this is the interior cab, 68 degrees. But what's coming out of the duct is 47. So say we have that 75 degree, or no, say we have the 75 degree air in the cabin mixing with 46 degree air. Let me get that. There we go. So we got 46 degree air coming out of the dash. Roughly 75 degrees in the cabin. The both two mix, and we end up with 65 degree in the cabin. The cabin is now cool where it's pulling underneath. And this is with an open door, open window. So you can see where I could not get this sensor pushed into those vents because those vents were too close. So I'm not even getting, it's actually colder right there because I'm getting something that is called entrained air. Anytime you lay a temperature sensor on the surface of what you're trying to take a temperature in, air is being sucked in from all the sides, even underneath, and it's trying to mix with the surface air on top of the grill. The only way you can get the true temperature is if you can stick a long probe deep down inside there, and especially if you're in the sun. The only way you could get a true temperature is after the surface temperature of the mass of the material has cooled down. Otherwise, if you're using one of those infrared thermometers and you're shooting right here, you are not getting the correct temperature if you have a sun and you're outside and the sun is hitting the black plastic grill. That is not the true air temperature. That might be the surface temperature, but it is not the grill temperature. All right. Actually, we could do a little of this. Let's see. 43 degrees. Let me get up here. I'm at the vent where I'm at. It says 45, 47. It's all over the place. But let's watch what happens when I put the cold air into the surface of my lens. 39, 29 degrees, 34 degrees, 27 degrees, 33 degrees. Do you see? Oh shoot, it's not focusing. Do you see those temperatures down there? Those ridiculously cold temperatures? It's not that cold. If you see anybody taking a thermometer, infrared, or a camera, and you see the guy doing this and he's telling you some numbers that are ridiculously low, like you could see 28 degrees on there, 24 degrees, that's because he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't understand the limitations of the tools. You're making a refracting, you're changing the way the lens picks up the infrared by chilling down the lens, and it gives a false reading. You are not taking the reading when you're doing that. And you always see these guys on YouTube with their infrared things and they go, oh man, I got 24 degrees coming out of there. No, you definitely know you're looking at somebody who never schooled, no education, never read any literature, nothing. He just bought a tool, he put an Amazon link and says, oh, buy this tool, it's great. No, that's not how it goes. And my dad taught me this back in the 70s when infrared thermometers were still a new thing and they cost $800. That was just for the infrared thermometer, no camera, forget that. Those were $30,000. So I just showed you how by putting cold air into your camera or a thermometer will mess up your readings every time. Taking a temperature right here on the surface is not the correct temperature. Just got to stress that. All right, has to calibrate. Oh, I can see the engine temperature back there. That's the top of the radiator. Oh, it just recalibrated. And this goes to, it's in the auto calibration mode, so it has to go back to calibrating, or I have to go through the manual settings. So there it goes. Oh, no, it doesn't. Not yet. Yeah, got to get it back to calibrate. All right, I'll see you guys later. I got to get to the next job.